Hello everybody, it is Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, we are doing something a little bit different for today's speed build. So I don't know about you guys, but personally I find that there is kind of a difference between a speed build or a house that looks nice and is really cool and cluttered, and then a house that is actually playable or super functional. So in my opinion, a lot of the speed builds that I see look incredibly amazing, but playability wise, they're kind of a little bit difficult to play in because you have so much clutter. Things get kind of, things get missing. I find a lot of the time my Sims just want to leave all their dirty dishes everywhere and I can't see them because they're stuck behind all of this amazing looking clutter. I find that sometimes, you might have your fridge is blocking the countertop and then you can't see behind it and they put things there, or you can't, click on the toilet because it's hidden behind the shower, things like that. So what I wanted to do with this speed build was make something that is not necessarily cluttered, not necessarily the best looking speed build that I've ever done, not trying to say that I'm an amazing speed builder or anything, but I just wanted to do something that you could download and was really, really playable and isn't going to have a lot of those common issues that good looking builds have. So we're sacrificing a little bit of looks for a whole lot more functionality. You know what I'm saying? So basically, things that I have done in this build to increase playability. Number one, when I like to play, I like to kind of keep the camera in a pretty static position facing the front of the house, and I don't ever tilt it up or down or side to side. I'll move around with the arrow keys, but I don't ever tilt the camera. So I want to be able to just have a good view of the house from that position. So all of the large bookshelves, the stairs, the fridge, the shower, all of those large tall objects, I positioned them towards the front and sides of the house so that they're not blocking anything out. So when I look straight at my build or my house, I am able to see everything. Nothing is hidden behind something. So that was the first thing I did. The second thing I did was there is no grill in this build because I don't know if this is just me, but my Sims are obsessed with grilling. They're not even hungry and they just grill, and it actually drives me insane. So there is no grill and there is no outdoor seating area, no outdoor table and chairs. Sorry, there is a seating area. There's no outdoor table and chairs because once again, I don't want my Sims to be just going outside because again, it could be a heat wave, or what's the opposite of a heat wave? A blizzard outside, and they choose to sit outside and eat their grilled whatever it is that they're grilling, and then they end up just freezing to death or something. So that's another thing that is not featured in this particular build. I have also made the kitchen, which we are seeing right now, perfect timing. This kitchen is quite large with a lot of counter space and not a lot of clutter. So it kind of upset me a little bit to, I guess, leave this build as it was, because I was there's not enough clutter in the kitchen, but it's functional and that's what we're going for. So if your Sims, I don't know if you do this, but if your Sims are in the cooking career and you want them to skill up really quickly, you get them to cook 5 meals all at once. And if you have a really cluttered kitchen, you can only really cook one thing at once, because the moment that free piece of counter is taken, then they can't cook anymore. So there is a lot of counter space. There should be, I believe, 2 or 3, no, I think that there ends up being 3 spare counters, because I do change around where that garbage bin is. I move the garbage bin and make that another full counter. So yeah, as I said, I'm kind of looking at it now and I'm oh my god, it looks so bare. But at the same time, that's what we were going for. We're going for functional. The other thing that I did was tried to use the snapping points on furniture. So something that I find, once again, is that if there is a free snap point, because if you free place things instead of snapping them to whatever the piece of furniture is, the Sims seem to register that as opportunity to put a dirty cup or a dirty plate or something. So by using up those snapping points, it should hopefully stop your Sims just like leaving their stuff around. I've really decided during this whole speed build voiceover, Sims are messy, man. Like, Sims are so messy. Who, like, just put your dishes in the sink, y'all. Like, they even have dishwashers sometimes. This build does not have a dishwasher. But, like, anyway, this is what this build is about. Working around the lazy and untidy Sims. So we've done, like, the whole, kind of dining room area. So on the dining table, instead of putting, you know, like a few little clutter items, I just did the large flowers and snapped it to the center of the table. So hopefully they won't, you know, have an issue and leave all of their stuff in the middle of the table. Then I also, in this little study area, I put the bookshelf towards the back of the build. Because it is such a big bookshelf, I didn't want it to be taking up too much space. So this little study area is just quite simple, just situated at the back of the house, and actually I don't have too much to say about this. I did, again, using those snap points, make sure that I put like the little clutter items, and then I put in the, I put a lamp in, and then once I'd used up those snap points, then I kind of like free placed things. Again, just trying to make it so that it's super functional and Sims aren't going to be leaving stupid things in stupid places. Also, I will mention now, I don't know what happened to the footage for the backyard. It just kind of doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. I know that I recorded it, but I can't find it. So it wasn't anything particularly interesting. And as I said, it was basically just a backyard with just like a little seating area, but no table and no grill, because that really meant a lot to me, because I get so triggered when my Sims just do stuff like that. So anyway, I made sure that you can still see the lounge chair in this build. And I know this build has this room, not build. This room has a fireplace in it, which I know is kind of a little bit random for a bedroom, but I feel like it just went nicely there. And this room had like a lot of free space on the walls. And I feel like a fireplace is a really good way to just kind of fill up some space. So you could always move that and put something else there, but that's what I went with, and I kind of like how it looks. I think it looks pretty cool. So this downstairs bedroom is just a pretty like neutral kind of like peachy and blue, I guess, color theme. I didn't do all of the bathrooms on camera, or like I didn't film all of the bathrooms, because I feel like bathrooms are really repetitive, and I used the same general concept for all 3 bathrooms. I forgot to mention this house is 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. There's like an ensuite and a main bathroom downstairs, and then there are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom upstairs. If you guys like this kind of build, I think it'd be cool to maybe do like different types of houses with this concept in mind. I'm thinking of doing like maybe like a large family home. I am starting another legacy challenge. I don't really get to play it a whole lot, but when I do play it, I would like to have like, you know, a big family house with all of my Sims in it, and I'll probably build something similar to this so that it's like super playable even with like a lot of Sims. I think that'd be really helpful. So we're moving on upstairs now, and as I said, there's just 2 bedrooms upstairs. Oh no, wait, we're back down in the bathroom. Oh, actually, this particular bathroom, I put a bathtub here because number one, I think their bathtubs are really useful in the game, especially if you have like toddlers and stuff. And then the other reason was I didn't want those garbage bins in the backyard to be hidden. And if I put a shower there, you wouldn't be able to see the garbage bins. And I haven't play tested this, but I'm hoping that if you put your garbage bins in your backyard rather than out the front, people won't randomly come and just knock the bins over. I'm not sure if this is something that happens to people, but I feel like my Sims will knock over their own bin sometimes, but people that are passing by my house just come up and knock my bin over. It happens like literally every Sim day. So I'm hoping that by putting those garbage bins out back, that should, in theory, it makes sense that it won't happen, but we'll just have to see. Either way, I liked the bins out the back, so even if it doesn't work, it doesn't really matter all that much. I do go back here, I think, and add a few final details in the kitchen, because it was kind of, I know I didn't want it to be cluttered, but I also was like, I just need a little bit more in the kitchen. So I added like the tile and like a couple of other little tiny things that would still work with being functional, but also look good. So these are the last 2 bedrooms I'm doing now, 2 bedrooms and bathroom. So this is, I imagine, like a teenage girl's room, and I kind of went with this like boho, I think it's boho theme, and I did kind of the pinky red swatches. I have literally never used these swatches before, and I really like how it turned out. I thought that it was just like really, really cool. I'm pretty sure I end up changing the wallpaper as well to something that matches the whole, you know, situation a little bit better. But I think I used a lot of the high school and university pack stuff, and I really like the way it turned out. I just think it's a really cool kind of room. And then I did these like over the top of the dresser, the clothes, which I think is also really cool. I feel like my clothes are not pretty enough to ever have like open storage like that, but the Sims clothes always look very, very, very good. So that's what we did there. And then I add in a rug, and yeah, like I really liked how the room turned out. I think it'd just be like a really cool room for a teenager. And once again, just tried to make it so that nothing was being, you know, obstructed. So yeah, I don't have much else to say. I'm again going around just trying to do all the snap points and whatever on this particular what's this called, like the chest of drawers. So shortly we will be going into the kids room, which is kind of a rainbowy sort of color theme. I went with like a white bed, I'm pretty sure, and then had like all sorts of different colors, because the white bed and bedside table have like, they have blue, they have red, they just have like a whole lot of colors sort of mixed in with them. So anywho, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm just going to leave this here. We have a little bit longer and then we're into screenshots. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please let me know what you think. Leave a thumbs up, do all those YouTube things. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everybody.